Yo, 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 it's your boy Bernard, aka the Scarlet Spider, and welcome to another episode of the Angry Blerd podcast, where I'll be talking about everything nerdy that has caught my eye this week. Unfortunately, I do have to start this episode on a somber note. I have to give a rest in peace to voice actress Rachael Lillis. She passed away at the age of 55 from breast cancer. Uh, if you were like me, a child of the 2000s, and got caught up in the Pokemon craze, she provided the voices of Misty and Jessie for the first 8 seasons of, Pokemon. She also provided the voices of characters in Winx Club, Hunter x Hunter, Your Lie in April, something called Welcome to the Space Show, Fate Stay Heaven's Feel. She actually provided it was archive um, voice work for Jigglypuff and Pokemon Detective Pikachu. And apparently, she also provided the voices of Vulpix, Venonat, Goldeen, Jigglypuff, Torchic, Beautifly. I guess that's an evolved version of Butterfree. Slayers Next, Geo Breeders, Shamanic Princess, Boogie Pop Phantom, Twin Signal, Berserk. She provided the voice of Princess Charlotte on that. DNA 2, Sonic X, Midori Days, Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, Explorers of Time and Darkness, Cubix, the 2003 Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles show. But yeah, as far as video games, Super Smash Brothers, Pokemon Puzzle League, Valkyrie Profile, Ape Escape 2, Pac-Man and the Ghostly Adventures, Lego Jurassic World. But yeah, we have to give a rest in peace to her. So, as I told you guys last week, and I'm going to give them a thank you for reminding me. Thank you, Loco, for reminding me that I did not talk about D23 last week. I brought it up that I was going to talk about it this week because it happened last week. So, let's get into all the D23 news. All right. So, if you haven't been living under a rock, you would know that Moana 2 dropped the trailer after D23, which looked pretty good. I mean, I like Moana. It's not one of those movies that I go and see in theaters. I mean, honestly, I really don't go see like Disney movies in theaters because as a single man with no children, that just seems a little weird, especially at age 38. But I don't know. But yeah, so this one picks up a few years after the last film where Moana has settled into her duties as the wayfinder of exploring the seas and connecting her home with other islands. And when a shooting star gives the location of an island that could help make her task easier, she sets out with a crew to find it, and it's not long before Maui pops in to provide his specific brand of help. So, you know, can't wait to see this one. And now Moana's a big sister. Was she a big sister in the first one? I don't remember. Franchise I don't give two craps about. Avatar 3 is officially titled Avatar Fire and Ash, and it will be coming out December of next year. All right. Actually, December 19th to be specific. But um, yeah, so there's also like two more movies that are supposed to be coming out. So 5-part franchise. One's supposed to be coming out in 2029, and the final one is supposed to be coming out in 2031. That is, if James Cameron decides to stop at 5. Now, the news that got me excited. We are getting an Incredibles 3. Hopefully, it doesn't take 20 years like the last one did. Because the first Incredibles came out like 2003, 2004? Let's check when the Incredibles came out. Yeah, Incredibles came out in 2004, and the Incredibles 2 came out 14 years later in 2018. What would that be? 2038? If, they keep on that track. So hopefully, it doesn't take that long. We also found out that Toy Story 5 will be coming out summer of 2026, and the sci-fi film Elio from Pixar will be coming out June of next year. And they also confirmed that Zoe Saldana has joined the cast. They showed some footage of the Mandalorian and Grogu film, And everyone's like, "Wait, how is this possible if Pedro Pascal is in London shooting Fantastic Four?" Simple, because 9 times out of 10, Pedro isn't in the suit. Uh, he has a body double who has basically learned all of his Mandalorian mannerisms. I don't think Pedro has fully been in the suit since season 2. Like, his star power has gone up since that show. So I mean, think about it. The same year as season 3 of The Mandalorian was filming, he was also filming The Last of Us. So yeah, Tron Ares has wrapped up filming. They showed some of that. They showed some footage of Jared Leto, Greta Lee, Evan Peters, and Jeff Bridges. And it seems like the programs have begun to come out into the real world. And the music will be provided by none other than 9 Inch Nails. It would have been nice to have Daft Punk come back, but they broke up like 2 years ago at this point now, three, something like that. But that will be coming out on my friend Jamel's birthday, October 10th, 2025. Hmm. I don't know why it's not. I guess they still have to do like post production stuff and like any editing and all that stuff. Live action remakes. Lilo and Stitch. They showed Stitch bursting out the poster, and I can honestly admit that Stitch looks good. I've never been one for Lilo and Stitch. That was when I was like in my phase of like a teenager. I don't care about animated Disney stuff. I think like the last animated Disney thing I watched might have been like Tarzan. So like I didn't watch any of that stuff in like the early to mid 2000s. But Lilo and Stitch will be coming out summer of next year. How they showed with Stitch, they didn't show any like teasers for that. Also, in the live action CG world, they showed a new trailer of Mufasa the Lion King. As you all know, I have no interest in this franchise, but we are slowly getting into the phase of Disney doing what Marvel did and realizing that, hey, sometimes the villains are right. Because apparently, from what I saw from this trailer, Scar was actually supposed to have the throne, and Mufasa was like fostered in by Scar's parents. So it's like, oof, it's kind of it's kind of tricky there. But yeah, the synopsis is Mufasa the Lion King enlists Rafiki to relay the legend of Mufasa to the young cub Kiara, daughter of Simba and Nyla, with Timon and Pumbaa lending their signature shtick. Told in flashbacks, the story introduces Mufasa as an orphan cub, lost and alone until he meets a sympathetic lion named Taka, the heir to the royal bloodline. The chance meeting sets in motion an expansive journey of an extraordinary group of misfits searching for their destiny. Their bonds will be tested as they work together to evade a threatening and deadly foe. So yeah, Taka is Scar. Like I said, I got no interest in this movie. I'm just excited that Barry Jenkins is doing it. I like Barry Jenkins. He directed Moonlight. If Beale Street Could Talk. Let's look up some more of his films. But those are the main two I know. He did The Underground Railroad, something called After Sun, Charm City Kings. Forgot about Charm City Kings. But yeah, I mean, shout out to Barry. Oh, he also EP'd True Detective on HBO. And he directed an episode of the Dear White People Netflix show. All right. What else we got? They showed some footage of the live action Snow White, and it got some backlash. It's like, yo, how dare Snow White have the seven dwarfs help her clean up?
What the fuck?
Like I said, I don't care about live action Disney remakes. Um, I'm pretty sure this movie is gonna bomb just because of all the promo footage from a few years of like Rachel Zegler kind of necessarily talking down on the original Snow White franchise about, oh, you know, Snow White doesn't need a man to save her. I mean, technically, Snow White isn't a warrior. She's a princess, and she's not like a princess like Moana or Jasmine or anything. I honestly don't remember that much about Snow White, so I don't even remember if she helped beat um the witch. But that comes out on March 21st. All right. So we got TV news. Show that me and Samir tried to watch to review for this podcast, and we both weren't feeling it. Andor is coming back next year for season two, and they have confirmed that K2SO will be in this season. And I believe they said that this season is going to be jumping 4 years from the last season. But hey, if y'all like it, enjoy it. Something I'm looking forward to that's coming out December 3rd, Star Wars Skeleton Crew. First trailer dropped, and I already know like this is gonna get a lot of hate because it's not a story in the traditional Star Wars sense. So this is set during the New Republic, basically around the same time as the events of The Mandalorian. And this series follows a group of young friends as they find themselves thrust into an adventure across the galaxy after finding a mysterious ship on their home planet and teaming up with a force sensitive Jadna Jadna Nawood, who is played by Jude Law, and his rusty droid SM-33. Aboard the ship, the Onyx Cinder, the kids find themselves racing for a way to make it back home safe. So yeah, I'm gonna check it out. This looks like it's a very like friendly, family friendly, kid centric show. Kind of like they said it was supposed to be like Stranger Things meets Star Wars. So I mean, I don't think there's gonna be like any like Demogorgons or anything like that. But kids and hijinks and lots of pluck. So yeah, that like I said, that drops on December 3rd on Disney Plus. So I will be reviewing that. There was some more footage shown of Agatha all alone. So there was a second trailer for that. And that's coming out what? August, right? No, September. It's August now. So 9 episodes, 2 episode premiere, September 18th. So I cannot wait to check this out. I honestly did not watch the second trailer. Um, I haven't watched any of the stuff out of D23, but I am excited about it because I've been reading on it. So yeah, I would be checking that out. Daredevil Born Again. They revealed who the villain is going to be in season one, and that is Muse. So Muse is a villain who is a serial killer with an artistic take. So he will kill a person and like use their blood to like paint murals or like set their body up as like sculptures and stuff like that. He was actually created maybe like 5, 6 years ago by Charles Soule and Ron Garney. I'm trying to remember. Uh, do they have the first appearance on here? Probably not, because this is just a Marvel wiki, so it's just a breakdown of the character. But yeah, so I can't wait to check it out. 2016, he first appeared in Daredevil 11, and they did confirm that season two is a go, and I believe both seasons are going to be 9 episodes each, so 18 episodes in total. And who knows where we're going from there. They didn't put a release date on it, but it's just coming out sometime next year. Let's get into a little bit of Marvel animation. So they showed like a splash page of Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, which is the animated show that's coming to Disney Plus with the Black Norman Osborn, who will be voiced by Coleman Domingo, who everybody wanted to replace Jonathan Majors as King, but Marvel said, nah, man, let's just bring Robert Downey Jr. back. Um, he's on Euphoria. He why do I feel like he played an asshole recently? Oh, he was Mister in the Color Purple musical that came out last year. I first found out about him from Euphoria. He was also on Fear of the Walking Dead. Let's go to his filmography real quick. He was in America at Santa Ana. Okay. He was in Zola. He was the voice of Unicron in Transformers Rise of the Beast. He did a voice on American Dad. He was also in an episode of The Twilight Zone. But yeah, so this is supposed to be coming out sometime next year. They didn't really give a release window on that. But they also showed some footage from season three of I'm not season three of what if, but they showed some footage of Marvel Zombies where it looked like Shang-Chi got bit and he used the 10 rings to chop off his arm. So I can't wait to check this out. Um X-Men 97 season 2. It looks like they're pivoting costume designs as well as basically rewriting the entire season. I'll get into that a little bit later. So the costumes that they will be having will be reminiscent of Grant Morrison's new X-Men run. So yeah, there's that. They showed some footage for Percy Jackson season 2. There really wasn't much of an update outside of what I already told you guys. They just confirmed that season 2 began production. Like I told you guys, what, last week? Last week, um, Daniel Demir has joined the cast as Tyson, who's Percy Jackson's Cyclops half brother. And Dior Goodjohn has joined the cast as Clarice, the daughter of Ares, that's been separately tasked with recovering a fleece. So, season 2 coming soon. Hopefully, it comes next year. Mark Hamill is returning as Luke Skywalker in a Star Wars animated special called Lego Star Wars Rebuild the Galaxy. And this will be dropping on Disney Plus on September 13th. I'm not really a fan of like the Lego stuff, but hey, that's just me.
All right, so let's get into some of the Disney theme park news. So the Star Wars Smugglers Run ride is getting a Mandalorian update. So yeah, the Smugglers Run attraction video, they're working on developing a new mission for Millennium Falcon Smugglers Run, which is inspired by the Mandalorian. No details about the mission were revealed, but they did show concept art, um, where you see the Millennium Falcon flying alongside Din Djarin, jetpacking through the sky with Grogu in his arms as the Millennium Falcon shoots down TIE fighters. So, yeah, I mean, that's cool. And Robert Downey Jr., who is already back as Doctor Doom, he will be a part of two new rides at the Disney Avengers campus at Disney California Adventure. And one is going to be called the Stark Flight Lab. And the next one will be called Avengers Infinity Defense. So they gave some details on this one. They said park guests will travel across time and space, visiting Wakanda, Asgard, and eventually New York in a battle against King Thanos. So yeah, both rides will begin construction sometime next year, and they did show some concept art. All right, let's get into the mess of all the Disney shenanigans, and that is Beau Demayo versus Disney / Marvel. So Beau Demayo got on Twitter a few days ago. He said he made this post on Instagram and Twitter. I'm going to read it from Twitter. He said, "Firstly, I'm so grateful to have worked on X-Men 97, collaborating with some amazingly talented folks. Creating this revival was a dream come true, and the support fans have shown is so touching. However, I felt it pressing for me to speak up in the wake of leaving the show." I'm going to post the Instagram post right here so you guys can see it. So this is from Twitter, so use your discernment. Above is X-Men fan art I posted on Instagram for Gay Pride in June. On June 13th, Marvel sent a letter notifying me that they stripped my season 2 credits due to the post. Sadly, this is the latest in a troubling pattern I suffered through while working on X-Men 97 and Blade. I'll have more to say soon, but I must take a step back from social media to find a safer place for me to be out, proud, and nerdy. Stay tuned. So after that, article from Variety posted, where basically Marvel said that Beau Demayo was fired for egregious misconduct after he alleges Disney stripped credit over gay pride post. So this is from Variety that I'm reading. Marvel has issued an official statement saying that X-Men 97 creator and head writer Beau Demayo was fired from the series in March 2024 for egregious misconduct. The studio released a statement shortly. The studio released a statement shortly after Demayo posted on several social media accounts claiming that he was stripped of writing credits for the show's second season because of a gay pride post he shared to social media. Mr. Demayo was terminated in March of 2024 following an investigation, the studio said in a statement. Given the egregious natures of the findings, we severed ties with him immediately, and he has no further affiliation with Marvel. So Beau made a post after that that said the truth will be revealed after their Disney Plus disaster. Marvel wants to mislead with alleged contract breaches over tweets. It's tragic it's come to this, but unsurprising. Stay tuned. And he also said this is their Disney, Marvel's usual playbook, legal letters, as well as other items to prove their long-standing pattern to follow. It's about finding a safe outlet. Thank you for your faith and patience. So Um, one thing I don't like to use on this podcast is scoopers. So fortunately, I am gonna have to use a scooper for this instance. So, one of the Facebook groups I'm in, we were talking about this, and the N Snyder, who is a scooper, made a post in regards to this. Let me see if it's still available. So the N Snyder posted this on his paywall. Said back in March, Marvel Studios fired X-Men 97 creator Beau Demayo just weeks before the season one premiere of the animated series, which was going to be a hit with both critics and audiences. Demayo had already finished work on season two when he was fired by Marvel, which did not offer any explanation regarding his departure until now. On Thursday, Demayo took to Twitter and blamed his firing for a piece of X-Men fan art that depicted a shirtless version of him as the superhero Cyclops. Demayo is actually Demayo, but Demayo shared this image on his Instagram on June for Gay Pride Month. On Thursday, he wrote that on June 13th, Marvel sent a letter notifying me that I've been stripped of my season two credits due to the post. I'll have more to say soon as I take a step back from social media for a place to be out, proud, and nerdy. Stay tuned. Late Thursday night, Marvel took the extremely unusual step of firing back, offering the following statements to the Hollywood Reporter, which is basically everything I read. So it said the Hollywood Reporter added that following Demayo's exit, he and Marvel came to an agreement regarding his ability to tweet about the show. The Hollywood Reporter wrote, in light of the breaches, his credit for season two was removed, and that according to their sources, Demayo's termination involved sexual misconduct. With the cat officially out the back, I'm going to share. This is Snyder talking now, so I'm going to share what I've heard from various sources over the past few months. I'm told that Demayo sent new photos of himself, or at the very best, or at the very least, photos of himself in various states of undress to several young male staffers. Some of these photos allegedly featured Demayo wearing superhero costumes, striking sexually suggestive hero poses that could be used as inspiration for the show. Demayo was asked to stop sending such photos, but I'm told that he persisted nonetheless. So this is just said, if you were a guy who looked like they could be on the 30 working on X-Men 97, you have his news whether you wanted them or not. Additionally, I'm told Demayo allegedly groped an assistant on multiple occasions and that he was both emotionally and physically abusive to the staffers, although I don't have any specific incidents to share on that front. But there's more to this story. I've also heard that Demayo was let go from Netflix's The Witcher due to similarly troubled behavior. My sources said that Demayo's subsequent hiring at Marvel reflects poorly on Marvel's Brad Winderbaum, who failed to do his due diligence regarding Demayo's departure from The Witcher. Um, they went on to absolve Marvel's Kevin Feige for any blame, as Feige isn't a hands-on in terms of hiring people for the studio's animated projects, for which he mainly gives notes on different cuts. Speaking of cuts, I'm told that Marvel's taking away Demayo's EP credit on season two of X-Men 97, but they can't take away any specific writing credit, although the studio is in the process of rewriting most of season two. Demayo said that Marvel's decision to remove his EP credit was the latest in a troubling pattern I suffered through working on X-Men 97 and Blade. Indeed, Demayo was once one of Marvel's star scribes, also having worked on Moon Knight and spent years developing a draft for Blade. But he also subsequently shared shirtless photos of himself on social media, and even ran a non-explicit OnlyFans account during his time at Marvel. As the Hollywood Reporter notes, the notion that Marvel could strip away Demayo of credit due to a social media post with stretch credulity. As outside observers noted, the gay pride illustration is similar to any number of posts he made while employed at Marvel. Meanwhile, as one Marvel fan pointed out on Twitter, Demayo's own timeline doesn't seem to make sense, as he was fired in March, though he pointed to his post from past June was the reason his credit is now being stripped. I mean, that does kind of make sense if he still had writing credits for season two. And then they emailed him saying that that's the reason why. I don't get it, but whatever. The post may have breached whatever social media agreement he had with Marvel, prompting the loss of the EP credit, but it doesn't explain why he was fired 3 months earlier. Demayo did earn an Emmy nomination for his work on X-Men 97, though he won't be in attendance at the ceremony next month as he tried and failed to secure a seat via Disney. Marvel subsequently brought in Matthew Chauncey to write season 3 of the show and likely oversee season 2 rewrites. Demayo was given 12 hours to respond to the allegations in this piece, and neither he nor Marvel returned a request for comment on late Thursday night. Demayo did return to Twitter following the publications of the Hollywood Reporter's article to tell his fans that this is Disney Marvel usual playbook. Before signing off, Demayo praised his fans that the truth will be revealed after the Disney Plus disaster. Marvel wants to mislead with allegations, with alleged contract breaches over tweets. It's tragic that it's come to this. And it said, sounds like a plan to me, but this war is just getting started. So, like I said, I really don't have much to say on this because, like I said, I don't really rock with snoopers like that. And why is Loco texting me? Oh, I'm not bringing that up, dude. I fucking talk about it. But yeah, I'll just wait for everything to come out at this point because it's just getting messy. But so I'll bring it up since Loco just texted me about it. Let me turn my phone on do not disturb, by the way. So a man named Jeffrey Piccolo sued Disney after his wife died from an allergic reaction to food served at a Disney resort, but now Disney wants the case to be handled by an arbitrator. And the main reason why Disney is trying to get this case thrown out is because he signed up for a free trial of Disney Plus.
Huh?
So for those of you, like 98% of you who don't read the credit on anything, I mean not the credit, the agreements on things before you sign up for it. So apparently there is a clause in the agreement for Disney Plus where if you sign up, you will agree to arbitrate all disputes against the company. So it's just like, yo, if I get in an accident at Disney, I can't sue because I have Disney Plus. That's just dumb. If anything, that just like gives more people the motivation to not get Disney Plus. Even if you have like a Disney Pass, it's just crazy. Just like the corporate greed. This man lost his wife. Y'all can look into it. I don't want to be all sad and this stuff, but let me get into my next story. Masters of the Universe, as I told you guys before, is getting a live action remake, and Camila Mendes, who, you know, if you stuck around with the CW until the bitter end, she played Veronica on Riverdale. She will be playing Tila in this reboot of the film franchise. She was also an upgraded Do Revenge. She got a few movies on Prime Video. I'm happy for her, but I was reading the synopsis of this movie, and I'm just like, this just does not. It's like, bro, are we trying to do like Hercules, which was a ripoff of Superman? So basically, here's their synopsis. Masters of the Universe follows Prince Adam of Eternia, aka He-Man, who crashes to Earth in a spaceship as a child and decades later returns to his home planet to defend it from the evil forces of the villain known as Skeletor. But in order to defeat the powerful villain, he needs to uncover the mysteries of his past and become He-Man, referred to as the most powerful man in the universe. And obviously, we all know Tila is a warrior who's responsible for protecting Eternia's royal family and may or not be Prince Adam's romantic interest. So I'm like, why is He-Man crashing to Earth like a la Superman as a baby? Just tell the story. I mean, you got Kevin Smith's Masters of the Universe Revolution right there. I get it. I mean, no one does anyone even know like He-Man's origin? What is He-Man's origin per se? You know, seriously, what is He-Man's origin? But I don't know. I'm gonna just wait till I see a trailer, and we'll just take it from there. All right, so this bit of news got me like I was a little choked up when I read it, but Carl Weathers is posthumously getting a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame this coming week. I don't think they said who will be getting, I mean, who will be, you know, signing, I mean, who will be there to, who will be there to, you know, put the star down, because unfortunately, I don't think they can put his fingerprints there since he passed away. Um, Hopefully Sylvester Stallone is there, and you know, everyone he worked with, from Arnold Schwarzenegger, even Adam Sandler. But he will have the 2,787th star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. All right, so I need people to learn that at the end of the day, actors are only actors, and you really have to stop with the hate that people send to actors because of things that the characters have done. So they're currently filming The Last of Us. Don't know how much they're filming with Pedro Pascal being in London and The Last of Us shoots in Canada. Isabel Merced, who was in Madam Web, revealed that Kaitlyn Dever, I'm gonna say Dever because it's Dever, has had to get extra security. She was doing an interview with the Happy, Sad, Confused podcast, and she said there's so many strange people in this world because there are people who genuinely hate Abby, who is not a real person. Just a reminder, not a real person. And so, you know, Kaitlyn has extra security when it comes to filming this show. So I really can't say much without spoiling what happens in The Last of Us Part 2. But Abby does become one of the most hated characters in that entire game franchise. And you will find out when season 2 starts. And it's just insane to me that people don't know how to separate actors from their art. I mean, was it like this when Lawrence Fishburne played Ike Turner, and what's left got to do with it? No one gave Josh Brolin this energy when he snapped half the Marvel universe away. But I don't know, man. It's just it's crazy and sad at the same time. She's an actress. She's doing a job. She's not really responsible for what happens. Before I get into the spoilers, listen to this ad for Dubby.
This episode is brought to you by Dubby. Dubby gives you focus and energy without the crash and jitters. It has no sugar, fillers, or artificial dyes. Mix one packet or scoop into 8 or 12 ounces of water. Stir or shake well. Some powderiness is normal, and it has all the important vitamins. So this has vitamin C, B3, B6, and B12. And it's made from coffee fruit extract. So drink it and go conquer a task. And go to Dubby.gg and use my promo code angryblerd10 at checkout to save 10% on your order. That's Dubby.gg with promo code angryblerd10.
All right, guys, spoiler alert. So I'm going to review episode 8 of Orphan Black Echoes, which is titled The Paradox of Joyce, which is directed by Samir Rahim and written by Anna Fisco. So Kira meets with Emily and realizes that her loyalties are divided. Lucy and Craig track down Lucy's old flame to help unlock Daros' security token, while Jules and Eleanor reconnect with their closest relative to get a grim look at their future. So this was a very good episode. It's nice to see that Emily isn't as bad as like she appeared to be. So she actually worked with Kira, and she revealed the reason why she's working for Daros, and that's because her brother, who was a military vet, got injured, and Daros is somehow providing the health care for him that is very extensive, although Emily didn't go into the full details of that. So Kira helps Emily fake her death to get out of Daros' clutches. Like I said, Lucy and Craig track down Lucy's ex-girlfriend to try to hack Daros' security key that Jules stole when she escaped Daros' compound, which is basically like super encrypted, so they really can't get into it. Jules and Eleanor goes to meet up with Eleanor's mom, who suffers from dementia, and that's a very sad moment. But two more episodes, man. I was like, come on, man. And then Daros' clone, what was that fool's name again? Xander shows up and shoots Craig. I'm like, oh my god, did he just kill Craig? But and Lucas told his girlfriend Rona everything, and I'm just like, come on, man, you quit telling family business, because I really feel like this isn't gonna go well. But we're getting there. 2 more episodes, like I said. All right, let's talk about Tales of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I'm splitting this up into a 3-part review. So this week, I'm reviewing episodes 1 through 4. Next week, 5 through 8, and then 9 through 12. All right, so let's get to it. I like the first 4 episodes because they are all standalone episodes for each individual turtle. So like, they're getting ready to go to a Halloween party. There's an event in the city that they go and try to figure out what's what, and they get ambushed. They actually introduced Bishop, who was like a EPF agent in the IW run that I just ran, who apparently was a cyborg this whole time. And Bishop, who they gender swap, sends killer robots after each turtle. So, and the thing I like about these first 4 episodes is the turtles all work together perfectly as a team, but when they're on their own, they have to think outside the box. It's like, what would Donatello do in this situation? What would Michelangelo do in this situation? What would Ralph do in this situation? What would Michelangelo do in this situation? So like in the episode 1, Leo stands alone. Leo is trying to figure out, how can I beat this robot? And then he just basically goes on full Ralph and just goes ham on the thing. Episode 2, Mikey does the right thing. He starts thinking like Donnie. Episode 3, Ralph makes it through. That was a very good episode. This was my favorite episode of the first 4 that I've watched so far. It's Ralph against the Purple Dragons, and they made Hun so damn stupid, but that's just fun. What can you do? Ralph starts thinking like Mikey and creating reversions, and Donnie thinks tough. Donnie starts thinking like a leader. So, if you guys have not watched this show, please check it out on Paramount Plus. It's very good. It looks like it's all hand-drawn animation, so it's just standard 2D. It's not that 2.5 like the movie was, but check it out, y'all. And on that note, I'm getting ready to go to Universal. It's the Gryffindor shirt. I ain't got no more talking, y'all. So, this is your boy Bernard, aka the Scarlet Spider. That was another episode of the Angry Blerd podcast. Be sure to rate, review, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend. Share it. Go to w.gg. Use my promo code AngryBlerd10 at checkout to save 10% on your order. Next week, episode 9 of Orphan Black Echoes, a review of Alien Romulus, and episodes 5 through 8 of Tales of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I'll see y'all next week. Peace.